Welcome back to your triple coverage show. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Daniel Force along with Mike Sanfilippo and Sean Beverwick. We are back talking local NFL. We are talking the New York Giants and the New York Jets. The New York Football Giants, excuse me. And, of course, after that horrible, sadly, we had to pause and honor the old Metrodome roof in Minneapolis, Minnesota. How, for once, the snow has won and the Teflon baggie nil.
It took a long time. That stadium's been there for what now? 25 years?
And they still haven't figured out that that roof is vulnerable to weather. Wow.
That video that everybody saw at that snow.
The roof coming down?
It almost came down completely to the field before it finally tore and the snow started coming.
Exactly. What I would have done is I would have basically taken off that roof after it ripped up completely.
Right.
Just spread the snow around on the field turf in the so-called no longer Metrodome and just play the game.
The problem is that probably would have been a good idea. The fact is the Giants were not ready to play an outdoor game. So they weren't going to have it. Besides, they were in Kansas City at the time.
That's why you go to Dick's.
It would have taken too long. It would have taken too long to hold on. It would have taken too long to do all that.
I know. I'm only kidding around.
Giants did catch a break about where the game was played, but I don't think it really mattered much.
No.
Because the Giant defense just obliterated the Minnesota offense. Of course, the big story is
they filled that stadium out too.
They did.
Free tickets.
They did a good job.
Whoever had tickets to the game in Minnesota got preferential seating, and after that, it was open to the general public for free.
That's awesome.
And then they did sell out. I mean, people wanted to go see an NFL game for nothing. But
yeah, I would.
You bet.
But the game, where the game was played, I think made a difference because, of course, the big story about Brett Favre not playing, and Tarvaris Jackson was beat up. This reminded me of the Giant team 4 years ago and their playoff run 3 years ago. Great defense, great pass rush, and running the ball down its throat.
Absolutely.
And Jacobs is revitalized, and Bradshaw as the second runner. When Jacobs wears out defense, he comes in a completely different style. But I tell you what, Bradshaw has got more power than people give him credit for. He's got that stutter step that leaves defenders flailing at air when he goes by him. And the Giants are playing right now their best football of the year, the last 3 games, against the second half against Jacksonville, the game against the Redskins, and this game here. Tarvaris Jackson was looking off the field after RB set it downs. They just beat him up.
Yep.
It pretty much all started when him and Adrian Peterson collided, just off the snap, and they both fell down in agony.
Yeah.
I guess that's the only way you stop Peterson. He runs into his own quarterback.
They stuffed Adrian Peterson the whole game. Giants didn't need no help there. They stuffed him the whole game. At one time, I think he had, 9 carries for 9 yards, like that. And by getting the multiple lead, the 14-3 lead at halftime, it took Peterson out of the game. And Tarvaris Jackson is not a good quarterback. I'm sorry.
And when you look at the Giants, the offense, the defense, they're obviously you don't need to really have to go.
That pass rush, only the front four is frightening.
Pass rush is ridiculous. They play defense terrifically. Parafield has gotten this team to play.
Terrell Thomas is all over the field.
Yes.
So was Deion Graham.
Offensively, I mean, when you're a defense playing against the Giants, sorry about that.
That's right.
Playing against the Giants, and you know that you're going to have Manning, you're going to have Nix, you're going to have to deal with Smith out the slot, Manningham, Hagan, and then, of course, the big Kevin Boss, who's been pretty hot lately. Okay.
I'll tell you the biggest addition, but keep going.
Right. When you have to deal with that and then have to deal with a 6'4", 260-plus-pound running back, who, by the way, okay, come on now, can break away.
He has some big blocks as the up back. I know you're talking about. Go ahead, go Brandon.
Dan Pascal from Fresno State. Anyway,
go ahead.
When he can break away like that, we saw the big run that he had, and then you have to deal with him, of course, I mean, 6'4", 260 plus, running you over.
And he's running north-south now.
And then you have to deal with a 5-foot whatever he is, Ahmad Bradshaw, who can burn you and also make you miss.
Yeah.
They have all
perfect complement.
All 4, they running you over, burning you, making you miss, and I don't know what the other one is. But I think there's only 3, but whatever.
And not putting the ball on the ground either.
Okay, there we go. Thank you. Ball security.
They got the ball security.
They have that all down, and a defense, it's just hard to defend all of that.
Now Keith Bullock is healthy. Had a pick last night.
Yep.
And
that was a terrible decision.
It's still, well, he jumped it. He jumped the route on a little out route, but so he made a good play on it. But Jack with Favre fired the ball a little bit quicker, but still.
Yeah.
The Giant linebackers are playing a little better. Jonathan Goff is becoming a really good middle linebacker. All right, and with Boley and Ball healthy on both ends on the linebacking core, and of course the secondary. You know, Terrell Thomas is making plays. Aaron Ross is like, you know, we had an Aaron Ross sighting last night. He made a couple of plays.
Hey.
But Webster, they're short tackling right now too. You know, and against Adrian Peterson, you know, that's not easy. But the big addition to me last night, which made all the difference in the world for their offense, and it wasn't Steve Smith, although Smith kind of re-injured himself his hamstring, so he's up in the air a little bit.
I'm gonna keep this in my head, and I'll see if I got it right.
David Deal.
Oh.
Because he took on Jared Allen.
Same idea.
As the starting left tackle, took on Jared Allen. Right?
Right.
Siebert's doing a terrific job as center, so we'll see what happens when O'Hara is ready to come back.
I think honestly Siebert's probably the better guy. He's a lot bigger.
Well, O'Hara is the quarterback of that offensive line. He calls us out to blocking audibles and moves Siebert back to left guard and just solidifies that offensive line. Because, you know, with McKenzie. But anyway, so David Deal and Jared Allen did have the 1 sack last night. First time that Eli has been sacked in 6 games. And kept Eli from getting beat up, and he opened up that left side. How many big-time runs did they have last night running to Minnesota's right on their defense? Away from Kevin Williams and running right at Jared Allen.
And that's really what, you know, it's an eye-opener.
Right.
They got that kind of rush on Ray Edwards, Kevin and Pat Williams, and Jared Allen on that defensive line. You can even have E.J. Henderson, Ben Lieber, and that entire
E.J. Henderson made some big plays last night.
And that entire linebacker core too.
Right.
They ran that kind of numbers. I mean, look, I know that, you know, we're not supposed to speculate on stuff, but I honestly think that the Giants right now, I don't know, I know what Atlanta's been doing. I think that the Giants might be in contention of being the best team in the NFC right now.